Greetings, friend. I'm afraid lessons in the advanced magics are not possible at the moment, not so long as the Kalrathie nexus remains sealed against our use. The Kalrathie nexus is one of the largest of its kind in Arana. 3 ley lines converge there, resulting in an upwelling of power. The mages of Kalrathie have been a dark wizard came and placed a seal over the nexus, blocking it from our use. The mages have been trying to remove it and have figured out most of the steps required. We have determined that the seal is linked to the 3 ley lines that form our nexus. If the power of those is captured, I think the seal can be broken. That's what I was hoping to hear. Take this soul staff and imbue it with the essence of the 3 ley lines. The best place to do this is at a node of power along the line. I can tell you where 2 of them are, but you will need to locate the 3rd yourself. To imbue the staff, stand upon the symbol beside each power vent and speak the words Arcesso Arcanum. You should immediately see the magical energy form around the staff. Once the soul staff contains all 3 types of energy, use it against the seal to destroy it. You can find the Node of Frost in the northern reaches within the subterranean living quarters of Snowbrook Haven. If you enter from the rear, you will locate it off the first grand hallway before you cross over the balcony. The node is in a very distinctive cavern that contains 4 arching bridges to the vent. You can find the Node of Earth in the Temple of Ziria. Look in the area behind the altar. There is a statue unlike the others, and if you twist it, a hidden stairway will be revealed. That node is also within a very distinctive cavern that contains 4 arching bridges to the vent platform and beautiful foliage. No, enough have searched for the node of the Phoenix that I am convinced it must be somewhere well hidden. It must have been well known once. Every upwelling of power lies within access of a magic community who can make use of it. I would search the ancient places of the world. There are many from ages past that have been long forgotten.
By the Mace of Agaris, you look like you've still got some fight in you. What? Oh, that's just an expression we use up here. Doesn't mean anything as far as I'm concerned. Just a half-giant legend. He was supposed to have been the biggest half-giant there ever was, and his mace could level fortresses. That is all I know. If you wish to learn more, I know of an explorer in Amanlu who is studying the legend. Her name is Ty-S, if I recall. She's not at her home. She's usually studying at the tavern. If you find yourself in that neck of the woods, look her up. And hail that old dog Bredwin for me.
I have heard many a tale in my day, and some were tall and some were true. It is my job to distinguish which is which. Would that I knew the answer to one in particular, and I would be able to enrich the world with its knowledge. I have been trying to find a legendary song of dwarven tunnelers who were driven from this region long ago. The song was supposed to improve their chances of finding veins of gold. Some places you are venturing to may hold record of this song on runes, frescoes, or manuscripts. Will you help me locate the lost dwarven song of ore? Wonderful! I will need all 3 parts of the song in order to decipher the chorus. Bring those to me if you discover them in your travels.
No one. Please be assured that neither the lack of water in our town, nor the Morden occupy my good aunt. Hello. Have you?
Welcome. Well done. That the.
of the townspeople have lost faith so quick.
What's this? I must report this to the chief immediately!
It is good to know we can still do some good in this world. Why, I let the resistance down. We lost Snowbrook Haven and all of the loyal soldiers, but I do not know. And if I lead you into the jaws of death, you are either brave or mad. Either way, I'm...
You have done what many could not. You've restored the water. We owe you a great debt.
You signed our death warrants. The Morden will never stand for this.
And perhaps we were fools to stand for them and their murdering savage ways. When the Morden first arrived, we had no hope. We had heard news of Valdis, the awakening of the dark things at Zarath's horns. We had heard of towns like ours falling to the Morden in flames, and so trembled and bowed before them. But we do not...
It is good to hear life in your voice again, Ruth. I think the time has come to stand up against this tyranny. I see it in their eyes now. The people are ready to fight. You have the heart of a lion. Allow us to borrow your courage. If you are willing to go to the Morden and distract them, we shall have the time we need to rebuild our forces. If we succeed, we may be able to help you find the Aegis.
My lord speaks too freely.
There was a time when speaking freely was a right we held proudly.
Kynos, I share your concern, but we cannot ask our people to submit any longer. They are no longer willing. They deserve a better fate, and they can carve themselves.
My lord, do not be hasty. Valdis is a sensible man. I am sure he will deem it wise to treat his subjects well. Remember, these are times...
You are asleep, Kynos. Wake up. Valdis has caused this...
To Ruth, keep a respectful tone for my advisor, if you will. In any case, it is decided. Will you help us one last time? Travel through the eastern gates of the Morden city of Darthrul, and speak to the chief there. He will be suspicious, but your presence will surely distract him long enough for us to gather our forces. We will have some time.
Do not make things worse for us, stranger. Step lightly and watch what you say.
I look forward to our next meeting. Kynos, have our men open the main gate.
Yes, my lord. I hope you will not ruin things for all of us.
Bah! We are with